So, with that said, you need to build out your website so that you can rank on the organic listings in the search engines for the keywords people are typing when they need your services. And when I look at a typical plumbing and HVAC website, I'm seeing 3 to 5 pages: home, about us, our services, coupons, contact us. I know some of you have gone further than that and you're doing more than that, and that's great, but I really feel like in order to maximize your opportunity online, I know each page on your website can only be optimized for between 1 and 2 keyword combinations. So if you want to rank for drain cleaning and plumbing and emergency plumbing and all of the different things that you do, you need to have pages for each one of your service built on your website. And then I also know that you typically service between a 35 and 50 mile radius. So you have a major city, and Greg on the call said, I'm in Denver. So for him, he wants to rank for Denver, but he also services a 35-mile radius. So he services probably, Boulder and Englewood. And so there's a lot of little cities in that 35-mile radius. So in order to rank for each one of those sub-cities, because not everyone's going to type Denver, they might type in Boulder, or they might type in one of those other smaller cities, you want to have a page on your site for each one of the cities that you service. So I'm going to talk about how to do that and how this plays out, but I'm just kind of laying the foundation for where we're going here. So you want to start by thinking about what keywords people are typing in when they need your plumbing and HVAC related services. And I've pulled up a list. I'll be sending this off after the presentation of the most commonly searched plumbing related keywords, which are plumber, plumbing, plumbers, water heaters, bathroom remodeling, tankless water heaters, leak detection, drain cleaning, and the list goes on and on. And so knowing that people are typing these keywords leads you to, okay, so what pages do I need to have on my website? Because every page can only be ranked for between 1 and 2 keyword combinations. What keywords do I need to have? What pages do I need to have to rank for these keywords? So again, typical website, home, about us, our services, contact us. That's what I've got at the top of the screen here. How we recommend you build this out is definitely keep the home, about us, coupons, and contact us as core pages on your site. But when it gets to your services section, when you start to talk about the different services that you offer, there you want to go deeper. You want to have a page for the emergency plumbing, and you want to have a page for leak detection, and you want to have a page for toilet repair. So I'm talking about having a specific web page on your domain for those specific services. And then you want to build out service area pages as well. So, 35-mile radius, you probably have at least 10 sub-cities that you operate within. Have a service area, and then have sub-city 1 plumber, sub-city 2 plumber, sub-city 3 plumber. That way, you've got a page for each one of the different keywords that you want to be ranking for. And so this is just a visual representation of what that could look like for you. So you don't necessarily have to have a crazy site, but it can have drop-down menus. So when someone goes over the service section, there would be a drop-down which links out to the various services that you offer. And then when they go over the service area section, there could be a drop-down for each one of those cities that you operate with. And if you really want to get creative, you can actually take your sub-cities, combine them with your core services, and have pages for each one of your services combined with each one of your sub-cities. This gets tricky. You can get as elaborate as you like. The key is, as you build out sub-city pages, you have to keep the content unique. So your Denver page has to be a little bit different than your Boulder page, which has to be a little bit different than your Englewood page. Otherwise, you're going to run into duplicate content issues where Google's saying, hey, wait a minute, you're trying to play a game with the system. So if you're going to do this, you need to do it right. You have to invest the time and the energy to make those pages at least unique in some regard. And so doing this stuff really is just giving us indexation for these different keywords. So having these pages will give you a spot on the search engine for your city water heaters and your city shower installation. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're ranking for them. So the next step really is we need to optimize them in a way that Google understands what those pages are optimized for. And then what really is going to determine your ranking is the amount of inbound links to the website. And in a few minutes, you're going to discover how to get those links. I'm going to be covering that. But any questions on this build-out process before I continue? Good. That means I must have described it pretty well. As you guys have questions, this is a live webinar. Please feel free to send your questions through, and I will do my best to answer them. So just to give you a feel for how this plays out in the real world, one of the clients I work with is in the Tampa, Florida area, and Philip Marisi Plumbing. He'd been in the plumbing business for probably 20 plus years. He was a big-time Yellow Page advertiser, actually did some TV and radio, found that he grew his business on the Yellow Pages, found that it wasn't generating the same level of calls, and recognized kind of early on that he needed to get involved in the internet. So he set up a website, and he paid a couple different firms to try and do some SEO for him, but just wasn't ranking for the keywords that he wanted to rank for. Didn't have the right pages on his website for all of the different combinations people were typing in. So we implemented this process on his behalf. We built out the website. We did some of the ongoing optimization stuff I'm going to be explaining. And he went from 15 calls a month when he started, because we have call tracking, and it's one of the things I highly recommend is to track the calls that are coming in from your online presence. He went from 15 calls to 147 calls per month over about a 6-month period. Now he averages over 120 calls pretty much every month directly via the internet. And he says, prior to working with Plumber SEO, we're only getting a few calls via the internet. In September of this year, we tracked 147 calls directly via the web. And I share these stories because I find that your mind is going to remember the story more than it's going to remember the technical aspects. So I share these stories so that you can really see, okay, why do I want to build on all these pages? What's the purpose? Because when you show up for more of these keywords, it's going to drive more inbound calls. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you're able to take some of these ideas, techniques, and strategies and implement them in your plumbing or HVAC company. If you'd like more tips, ideas, and strategies, I'd encourage you to go to plumberseo.net/free. There you can download our free guide that takes you step by step through some of the best ideas, techniques, and strategies that we've come up with for really most effectively marketing your plumbing business online. We take you through really everything from how to build out your website, the pages you should have on your website based on the most commonly searched plumbing keywords, how to optimize those pages so that they rank well in search, and then how to build inbound links and authority so you can rank at the top of the search engines in the organic and map listings. Really talk a lot about how to optimize your Google map listing so that you can rank better on the map by getting more reviews, by establishing your name, address, and phone number, and of course how you can leverage social media, Facebook and Twitter and Google Plus to get more repeat and referral business. So download the guide for free of charge at plumberseo.net. And of course, if you'd like to talk with us, you can reach us directly anytime at 866-610-4647.